Hi there. This is Jesse. I'm a pastor with Christ is the Answer Ministries, currently in our church in Buruburu in Nairobi, Kenya. Thank you again for always tuning into these video broadcasts. And it's always a pleasure for me to share the Word of God with you and to share some nuggets of wisdom and some nuggets of truths that will transform and change your life. And especially at this particular time, as we begin a new year, it's always very exciting to begin a new year, 2020, because New Year's have a way of working up our psyche and have a way of giving us an opportunity for a new beginning and to do things differently. In our last episode, I talked about the mind and why it is so important to ensure that what is going on in your mind is something that is excellent, is noble, especially according to the Word of God, so that it may change and may help the trajectory of your life. Today, I want to take this discussion to another level, and I want to speak on what I have entitled, Mind Your Language. Hashtag Mind Your Language. See, Jesus Christ, at one point in the book of Matthew, speaking to some people who were listening to him. These guys were not believers. In Matthew chapter 12 and verse 34, uses some very harsh words, but there's a sentence there that he includes and says, "For out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks." In other words, Jesus was saying that our words, the things that we consistently talk about, they betray what really is going on the inside of us. So you listen to somebody keenly enough, you listen to them long enough, it will tell you what is really going on in their own heart. But here's the deal. It is important, the things that we say. Mind your language, because sometimes and many times we are ensnared by the very words of our mouths. Proverbs, the book of Proverbs, we are told that the power of life and death is actually in the tongue. So sometimes as we speak, we either invite favor into our lives, or we push it away from us, or we invite, worse still, we invite evil, we invite trouble. Show me people who a lot of times will engage in nasty talk, negative talk, people who love to curse using four-letter words, people who are always complaining and whining, and I will show you are people who are extremely miserable. You know, God himself judged his own people while they were in the wilderness. You know, while they were transitioning from the land of Egypt to the promised land, you know, God actually judged his people severally because of the way they would grumble. They will open their mouth and they will speak negativity, they will grumble, they will complain. Let me tell you, the easiest thing in life is to complain, to talk about what is not working, to talk about all the things that are wrong, to talk about the bad system, to talk about this, that, the other. It is the easiest thing that you can do. Now, I'm not saying, and I'm not suggesting that we should bury our heads in the sand and pretend that everything is good. But it is how we engage with issues. The way we engage with issues is what matters. And may the Lord give us wisdom, give you wisdom on how to engage with issues, even as you begin to speak. Yes, we have to speak the truth in love. We definitely have to be people who are truthful and not pretend that everything is okay. But that should not be a reason for us to engage in negativity and people who also use their mouth to hurt others, to criticize others, to gossip about others, people who use their mouth to pull others down. They never say anything good about anybody. People who are always using their mouths to pour cold water on anything that is good. Let me tell you this, if you do that long enough, you will attract misery in your life. You will attract dissatisfaction in your own life. And you will begin wondering, why is it that I'm so miserable? How come I don't have friends? How come nobody likes hanging around me? How come I can't trust anybody? It's because of probably you've been ensnared by the words of your mouth. Mind your language. In 2020, I ask you, please change the way you talk. Become a possibility speaker. Somebody who is positive. By the way, have you noticed that every one of us, we are attracted to people who speak well, people who are well-spoken, people who speak of excellent things, people who speak of wonderful things, people who speak of possibilities. Those are the people we are attracted to. You know, put the word of God in your mouth, by the way. You know, be somebody who speaks the word of God. And I promise you, as you get into that mode and if you get into that lifestyle of minding your language, that before a word escapes from your lips, you know, before you say it, you think about it first. Before you shout at somebody, think about it first. Before you pass on that gossip, think about it. Think about it first. Take a step back. Before you cast somebody out, before you use that letter word. By the way, especially in our generation and even among God's people, sometimes I hear people using 4-letter words. It's not cool. It degrades you as a person. Before you use those curse words, think about it. Think about it. Stop it before it escapes your mouth. And I promise you that as you mind your language and as you begin to speak positive things, wonderful things, it begins attracting wonderful things in your life. You begin attracting friends. You begin attracting people who support you, people who want to be there for, who want to listen to you, who want to hang out with you. Change the trajectory of your life. We began by speaking about the mind. It's about time you began thinking about the tongue. What you say, the words that you speak. By the way, and as I finish, Jesus Christ himself said, the Bible tells us that every idle word will actually be judged. Every idle word will be judged. Be careful. Mind your language. God bless you. You've been listening to Pastor Jesse Mwai, and I want to again invite you to continue interacting with us. We are on social media. Please, if you've enjoyed this video, I ask you, please just tap on that share button, share it with your friends, encourage somebody else to watch it. And we're also on Instagram, we're also on Twitter, but also get in touch. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. Let's know your thoughts and let's interact. And may the Lord bless you until the next time.